Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Unlocking the Power of Microsoft Copilot, presented by our expert New Horizons instructor for today, David Shaw. My name is Mariela Salinas, and I'll be assisting and moderating our session today. We are in Zoom for today's webinar, and we will be sharing a copy of this recording with all of you in an email after the session. We do encourage participation throughout the webinar, so please use the chat or that Q&A option for our short Q&A after the presentation. Educate 360 is so excited to present this webinar today. So without further ado, I will hand it over to you, David.
Good. Well, thank you very much first. And good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you're at. My name is David Shaw, and I'm glad that you all are here. Wanted to go over some stuff in Copilot. And first of all, wanted to make sure that everybody has an understanding of what Copilot is. If your organization has adopted it or has not adopted it, there's a little bit of about what it is and a couple of things in the setup. Basically, it is a co-person, if you will. It's somebody sitting right next to you all the time, where you're talking through a chat prompt, and I'll show you this chat prompts here in a second, where we type in a prompt or some keywords, not keywords, but sentences, small paragraphs, if you will. And then once we've done that, we go ahead and send it, and it goes through the process of giving us some type of response, whether it gives us something about what we already have open. So I'm going to go through a couple of summaries of where we can take a look in PowerPoint and in Word. I can also look at Excel documents. And then also on the other side of it is generative AI, where we can actually create new stuff just by utilizing prompts as well. So in Microsoft Word, I could draft a proposal of some kind. In PowerPoint, I could create a new presentation, either from web-based information or even our internal documents that we have itself. I can draft in emails. I can get coaching in emails. I can do summaries. I can do team meetings. I can check my daily schedules. These are just some of the things that you will be able to do when your organization either has it or when they start adopting it. These will be the things that you can accomplish at that time. There are a couple of requirements. You will need to make sure that you are up to date on your OneDrive, and everybody has files on OneDrive starting out. It does not work very well with localized files. They do want the OneDrive, so make sure that you are storing your files up on OneDrive. And also, you'll need to be using the new Outlook, not the older versions or the old version. That previously new version, there's that little switch on the top for that. So let me go through some things here. And again, let me set one thing up first. I did bring up some documents already in Microsoft Word, and so this is a good example of using Microsoft Word. I've got a market analysis report for Mystic Spice Premium Chai Tea, and there's 7 pages of this document. Now, I can read that. That's over 2,000 words. It might be okay to read. I can print this out, highlight, do whatever I want. But you know what? I'd really like to have a summary based on some qualifications for that. And so that's what I'm going to start off with. So I've got my document. I want a preview of a particular section within the document. And I'm going to use this chat over on the side panel. So just zooming in so that you can see what I typed in. I want to summarize the section on competitive analysis in this Word document with a brief overview of the main points because I need to discuss this with my team in a sales meeting tomorrow. Please keep it summary to 5 bullet points or key points and use simple language. So this is actually prompt engineering. It has 3 parts to it: a goal. What am I trying to accomplish? I need the summary of the competitive analysis. Why? Because I'm going to have a sales meeting tomorrow and I need to discuss this with them. And the expectation I get back from Copilot is I just need 5 key points of this section. And I need simple language because I need to explain to someone who may be able to have to give some description to those people. In this particular case, all I'm going to do is send it. And when I send it, it's going to then work on this and give me that summary off to the side. Now, what can I do with this summary? Well, I can't really do anything on here unless I go down to the very bottom, and that's what I'll do here. Here's the document. I'm going to go ahead and create a new page, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert it. And there is my summary that I got from the side panel that it created. Tetley, Tivana, David's Tea, local brands, and then some about the market share at that point. Okay. Um, but that is getting a summary based off of an Outlook, or not an Outlook. It is getting a summary off of a Word document that I didn't have to read. I don't have to read that. Now, I do mention something here. One of the best practices is I do need to trust, but I do need to also verify. And what's nice about that is there are some bullet points in here that I can see where that got that information from. I'm going to also ask one more thing. I want to see if there's any call to action on this or any other concerns that I need to be aware of. Again, these are follow-ups maybe that we're going to put in. So again, when I blow this up so you can actually see what's going on, is there a call to action in the market analysis report, addressing concerns and challenges? Please check if it has a clear and specific plan of action, such as a promotion plan, a limited time discount. Please provide suggestions for improving. So we'll go ahead and run that and see what we get off of this one. We may not get anything, but again, just want to go through and take a look. And there we go. There's the market analysis report. There's some of the call to actions or some of the things. There's suggestions for improving as well. And now again, I can go down here to the bottom of my document, add this, or I could be in a different document if I wanted to. I'm just putting them at the very end and I'll insert it. Includes a promotional plan and strategy section that outlines several tactics to address challenges and concerns. The plan also has for improving call to action, limited time discount, exclusive offers, and such. All right. So there is all of what I was able to retrieve from this particular document. Now that's taking a pre-existing document and doing something to it. What about a new document or creating a new document? I'm going to close that. Not going to save anything there. It's already saved. But I'm also going to do a blank document because what I need to do is I need to generate a marketing proposal for a piece of equipment that we're either selling or buying or whatever it might be, reselling. So inside Copilot itself, there is a draft with Copilot button. And when I click on it, it goes ahead and opens up a prompting box. I don't have to use the side panel because this is the in document prompting that goes on. And again, I have a prompt that's already there. So I'll go ahead and blow it up one more time. I need to draft a marketing proposal for Contasso's latest product, CipherGuard. We need to generate 3 ideas for marketing. For a marketing campaign using product specifications and requirements, please include brief overview of the pros and cons, and please keep the document to 2 pages, and also use optimistic and convincing language. So I can also add a file if I had it about CipherGuard, and I can generate this. And it will go ahead and create. That's generative AI. Generate AI. Generative AI for that. And so there is my marketing proposal for this product. There's the overview. There's campaign 1, campaign 2, and campaign 3. And I even get a conclusion. And it's less than 400 words. less than, it's about a page and a half, page and a quarter. So I can take existing documents and I can summarize them and do different things with them, but I can also take blank documents and create something new as a starting point. And that's what I teach a lot of times is this needs to be the start of what we can do. So let me close this down or minimize this because I want to go to PowerPoint and do some of the same things where we can summarize and create based off of what we already have. So in this particular case, what I'd like to do is take this presentation that's 28 slides long. Try to get my mouse in the right place. There we go. And what I want to do is I want to summarize just some of the slides. All right. Don't want to summarize everything. So I'm going to go in and write my prompt. My prompt looks like this. Summarize slides 5 through 10 out of 28. In this presentation, for my boss, there's the why I'm doing this, the context of why I'm doing this. That includes an overview of the main points before meeting with their client. Please format the main point as bullet points and use a more professional tone. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and send that. It's going to work on a response. Again, hopefully, if everything works right, technology works for us. Almost there. And it should spit out. PowerPoint sometimes a little bit trickier there. There we go. There's each slide. There's the bullet points, professional tone. There's number 10. And now I can copy this and go back over to Word, and I can put this into a Word document. That is a summary of all those slides. Here's a summary. Product description 1 of 2, product description 2 of 2, and a market analysis and a market trends and competitive analysis of the first one. And again, here's little words that's part of the response, and I can get rid of these at that point in time. So that was all done directly from an existing particular document. Now what I can do is also create, and I'll get rid of this, create something new. Again, summarize existing is one of the facets of Copilot. And now this point, I can go ahead and generate something new altogether. I'm also going to do this one based off of a document that we already have. So I'm going to create a presentation from a file, or I can ask Copilot to do this. So I'll get the side panel. And in this particular case, my prompt looks like this. Create a new PowerPoint presentation using the latest from a pre-existing document that's sitting on OneDrive. Not that I had to open up or do anything with, I'm just pointing to it like an attachment. I could actually do an attachment, or I can go ahead and type in the document name. We need to present the product features and benefits. Please include an overview, and so on and so on. I'll go ahead and send this. There we go. And it's not doing that one. So there we go. Don't you love it? So let's create and see if I can do it from here. May have to go get the share link because that is another way. See if I can get this one to work. That file name maybe give me some problems. So yep, couldn't do it there. So let me go grab the file, the PowerPoint. The file name was Market Trend Report. I think it's this one. So let's get the share date. This is kind of a workaround, so it's kind of good. There's the link to that particular file. Somehow it's not doing this properly in here. So let me go ahead and do this one more time. Create this. I'll have to go back and get it in a second. So let me redo the prompt and get the share, copy the link because I had it copied but need to copy something else. And instead of doing the slash and to the docx, I'll just go ahead and put the link, the whole entire link to it. So hopefully looking things over, almost there, find the file, drafting a presentation for us. There's the outline, generating slides, adding speaker notes from our original file, looking things over, and creating a market trend report for Contasso Protein Plus, and bringing in pictures, creative content. Sometimes it's actually nice that you can use the file name. This is in this environment, I'm using a lab environment, and sometimes it gets a little squirrely on that. I know that's the Robert, what you're asking about. Um, the workaround is going back and using the link to the file. It should pick it up when you're doing something like that. Let me see if I can do another one. Let me close this. And I just got a few more minutes. So let me try something at the very end, Robert, and see if we can get that all taken care of. So here is Excel, some of the things you can do in Excel. And in this particular case, I can go ahead and suggest a formula. So it'll look over this data in a table. And because it's looking over this data, it's going to look and see if there's a formula that it can suggest to me. I don't have to sit there and say, all right, what formula should I put in next? Nope, here it is. It's already got an example over in the chat panel. Looked it over, engagement rate. There's the formula for engagement rate, engaged users divided by total users targeted. There's the values, and I can go ahead and if I scroll down a little bit, I can actually insert that into my document. So insert that particular column. There's the engagement rate, and now I can go forward with this. All right. Now, that's just one of the things you can do. You can actually do conditional formatting and sorting and filtering and stuff by writing a prompt down in the prompt box. But I'm using some of the pre-generated prompts that are already here for me, like show me data insights, things that I might not know about this particular document that you might struggle to find overall within your data. And this is a small data set. You think about a bigger and bigger data set, multiple columns. It found one about budget and launch date. And I can copy this and it actually puts it, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to not copy it, but I want to put it on a new sheet. And there it is. Budget by launch date. That's one of the insights. You can see that we had bigger budgets in what is that? March 5th and February 3rd and January 16th was my three of them. And otherwise, they were pretty stable down here, dollar-wise. We spent more money. Who knows? Maybe it was renewals of billboards. Maybe it was a renewal of a radio spot, whatever it might have been. But at least it gave me that suggestion. And then I can go back to my data and I want to see all insights and add them to a grid. So it's going to bring up sheet number 3 down there at the bottom. And now I have several different ones. Depending upon, and that's a great question, and because I'm right there, stopping point for a second. I'm not sure on the HIPAA side because it is only pulling data that's internally to you, how you sign in. So if it's Office data in SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive, your emails, chats, and it's HIPAA compliant there, then yes, it's going to pull that, but it's all based on your access. You log in, your access, you only get information that is designed for you. I'm hoping that maybe makes a little bit sense. Have not seen it work with Microsoft product yet. I'm gathering that that's probably going to be something in the future if it's not already there inside. I haven't looked at it yet, so I can't tell you. Let me go over a couple of other ones. One of those is Outlook. I really like in Outlook that you have the ability to draft emails. For those of you who are better email writers than myself, this may be a thing. I write very small emails. I love this feature. This is one of the ones that I can put in a prompt. In this case, I want to write to an insurance company. I got some notices. I'm the CFO. Our insurance policies is going up. Premiums are going up. I'd like to have a discussion, see if there's some other things we can do rather than just paying for what we did the year before. Is there other ideas? And I want to write a nice email about that. So I'm going to generate a prompt. It's going to write the email, and there we go. And what's nice about this is after it writes this, it gives me an opportunity to do things a little bit differently. So I can actually have it add something, take something away. I can keep it, I can discard it, I can have it retry to write it. And then down below, modifying the content, I can have it go shorter or longer, and I can have it change the tone. So again, let me put that up and scroll down a little bit. Back to Copilot. There we go. I want to zoom in. I can make it direct, casual, or formal. And what's nice is it has drafts. So if I go ahead and say, make this longer, it's going to rewrite this email for me. And now I have draft number 2 out of 2, so I don't have to choose my first choice, the first thing that comes up. I can actually have it do the second one or the third one. And one of the things I have in class that we like to have a little bit of fun with is in this tone, you can actually have this be a poem. So wouldn't you like to see all of your emails in a poem? Dear Humongous Insurance Team, I hope this message finds you bright. I'm your CFO writing tonight. Northwind trains are my main domain, and your premium hikes cause us much strain. I think that would be a nice little way to have all of your emails go out. Yes, it can. It can do different languages as well. All right, last but not least, Copilot, there's in chat and also on the side panel. This is where you start getting into the HIPAA compliancy or privacy issues of your own data and how you log in. So work data in Teams is going to pull in Teams chat and private chats and your calendar, your to-do list, anything that you have inside of Teams. You also have the web version as well, where you can go out and get web information and bring that back. I can build a document. Let me do this, and let's do that, and copy that one in. And I'm going to hopefully build a agenda that I can put into a Word document. So I built this off of Contessa CyberGuard product specification document. Here's a proposed meeting agenda for the meeting, client meeting, and it even gives me times, welcome and introductions, project goals, mission statement key, but it's actually trying to use some of the information from that particular document, even going so far as providing a Q&A. And then again, I can take this and I can copy it and now put it over in Microsoft Word documents or into an email or into Teams chat or wherever it might be. And it's also showing me the references to the document itself. Okay. So that's just some of the things that we're able to do in Copilot. Now, I know the question about project, and no, I do not know about project yet or Visio. Those are a couple of other tools. There are some workarounds for creating flowcharts and things, and then taking those flowcharts and make them into documents. I did see somebody do that one time as a third-party tool, though. For Microsoft Copilot, you also have the Outlook, and we're talking about this Outlook inside of Office 365. So let me go ahead and discard that for the moment and close this, go back to my inbox. And that's the one that we have Copilot inside of. Get rid of that. There we go. trying to do that one where we go back and forth between the new version and that older version. But this is Office 365 inside of a desktop tool. I just had to switch that over. And that is the requirement. You will not see the Copilot until you click on New Outlook up there. I know that there's a way to do it in the older one, but you have to go through add-ons and you have to do a couple extra steps. So you may be able to get away with it there. A little bit in the Power BI has its own license for, yes, it will work in the web version as well. Copilot will work in the web version of Outlook, but in Power BI, it has its own license. You have to be Power BI Pro or Power BI Premium, I think. And it gives you the Copilot inside of there to write DAX queries as well as to suggest visualizations and some different things for that. There you go. And Laura answered that particular question for you, Armado. So that's all I have. And unfortunately, I like to talk a lot about this, but I do have a class to teach today. So I hope this was informative for you. I think I got all your questions. Doing that. Yes, you can compile meeting notes with Copilot. There is a summary of Teams meetings as long as you record it or and transcribe it. But I think I got all the questions. Thank you very much for attending. I know Marielle has got a couple other things she wants to talk about. So thank you again. You want to see more? Come to class. Have a great day.
Absolutely, David. Thank you so much, David. And just before we get out of here, I did want to let our audience know that as a New Horizons exclusive benefit for attending this webinar, we have a free digital achievement badge for Microsoft's MW4004 course. I went ahead and dropped that link in the chat. But if you're unable to redeem the badge right now, or you're watching a recording of this webinar back, you can absolutely still gain access to this free badge with the link you'll receive in an email after the webinar. So be on the lookout for that, everyone. Thank you all so much for attending today. You had so many amazing and engaging questions. And thank you again, David, for your expertise and all your insight. Alrighty, we'll see you all hopefully very soon in the classroom. Bye for now.